Hello there. In this video I'm going to review and do a retrospective look at one of the programs that I watched as a child that had a big effect on me and a lot of people that I know. It premiered on Halloween 1992 on BBC, and it's called GHOSTWATCH. This is one of the first of its kind to air on the BBC, like a horror style, reality style TV show. It's still one of the most controversial programmes that the BBC has ever done. It was written by Stephen Volk and directed by Leslie Manning. It was so controversial, to this day it's never been aired on the BBC again. Just a warning before we get started in this, there will be a lot of spoilers about the episode, so if you want to watch it before you watch this, you can go and watch it and come back. If you just don't want to watch the video, that's fine, I'll not be offended. Well, a little bit, but that's alright. Okay. Still here? Good, let's get started. Before the programme began, the BBC insisted that the Screen One drama placard be put at the beginning of the show, and also a voiceover just to reassure viewers that it was a work of fiction. This was done, and the placard on the screen now. However, for reasons that viewers tuned in late or they just didn't pay attention, this was overlooked. This was the time as well before things like Sky Digital, BBC iPlayer, Netflix was around, so if you missed an episode, you'd have to, if you taped it on VHS, you watched it later, or you had to wait for the repeat, which was either a few months down the line. So if you missed if you missed the start of the show, tough. There was no going back from there. This will have a significant impact on the show, which we'll get to in a moment. Of the ghost, it appears right at the beginning, the footage of the girls asleep in bed, and this is addressed by a caller who rings in to say that they had a ghost story, but then when they saw the footage, they could see a man in the curtains. When they played the footage back, they can't see anything, and the paranormal doctor is adamant that they saw the footage before and they can't see anything. Now, this had a knock-on effect because a lot of people did see that as well, and they started ringing the number. And what was meant to happen was that number was supposed to have a recorded message to say that the show was a work of fiction, that it was actors, and it's nothing to worry about. And if you wanted to leave a message with your paranormal experiences, you're more than welcome to. However, there was such an influx of calls that I just couldn't cope with the amount of calls that were coming through, and when people were ringing up, they were getting the engaged tone rather than the answer message tone. But so the second sighting takes place. It's a reflection of the patio windows. It happens because you can hear the banging from the pipe, so they go downstairs to investigate it. And it seems to be coming from the cupboard under the stairs, which had the unfortunate name of the glory hole. I'm not sure if they realise one of the names of that. But there's pictures that the girls drew of the ghost leading to the patio doors, and when Sarah Green goes to investigate, she's startled initially by a cat, and then when the camera backs up, you can visibly see the ghost in the patio doors, which was really good. It's a blink and you'll miss it scare, but it is good to see that there. Right, so it's then discovered that the banging of the pipes is being done by the older the older girl, and the studio start to realise it's a hoax. Parkinson gets really apprehensive, starts to try and question the girl. She gets really upset. The paranormal doctor, though, she's not convinced. She's adamant that there's a haunting taking place, and it sort of goes down here. Again, it's like the Enfield hauntings, where the girl got found out from the cameras that she was bending spoons intentionally and smashing furniture and crockery to make it seem like it was a poltergeist. As we moved into the final part of the programme, that's when the hauntings really seemed to ramp up. The older girl is shown to be like possessed, and she's got lots of scars across her face, and she seems to be like talking in tongues. And then I receive a call about like a baby farm that used to live there that may have been possessing their house. The ghost appears as well in this, where they're trying to flee the house and they're in the bedroom, and the girls get out, and the cameraman pans back in, and you can see him stood in the curtains for a split second. The camera looks again and he's gone, but he's definitely there. I'll show a picture of that now. Right, so this is the part of the show where everything seems to be going wrong. They're losing contact with the studio, outside, and the viewers watching at home would have been really confused at this point, because as well Mike Smith looks like he's struggling to cope with the amount of messages that are coming through, and he's saying that the lines are jammed, which there were as well. People were not able to get through when they were trying to ring to like report these sightings. Right, so back at the house, the noises are leading to the cupboard under the stairs, the glory hole as they call it, and so at this point what started out as a light, jovial, like ghost hunt turns into something far more sinister. There's a very sinister turn. So it turns out that the actual ghost is the spirit of an ex-tenant named Raymond Turnstile, who was a psychiatric patient who was a child abuser and child molester, who was a nephew of a previous owner who the room was subletted out to. This was confirmed by a phone call from someone who was anonymous, who was his psychiatric nurse, which explains the cat scratching and being in the cupboard. As it turns out, he committed suicide in that cupboard with his cats with him, and it took them 12 days to find him, because the owners were aware when they come back they were with his cats and they'd been in there 12 days, and it took, with them being there 12 days, that they ended up eating his face as well. So that's why he's disfigured in his spiritual form as well. At this point as well, it shows that the studio becomes a huge conduit for the ghosts to enter this. With the final scene is Michael Parkinson just wandering around aimlessly, looking at the auto cue, reading off a nursery rhyme, and then becoming possessed by, we presume, pipes, by saying the nursery rhyme that one of the girls was saying in the house as well. It's an amazing ending. It's so abrupt, because at the beginning of the show it gives you the it mentioned that it's going to be an all-night haunting, like they're there for all night, like they were going to set up to look at the house all night to see if there was any hauntings, a bit like the way it was on TV, sort of like a marathon, like the way they did like comic relief or Children in Need, where they do it for a few hours leading into the night, and it seemed like that's how it was going to be, and for it to end so abrupt, it was just brilliant. And I've never seen anything like that before, or I've seen some stuff that's come close to it, but nothing like that after. So watching it 28 years later. It is worth watching again. I mean, it's acted really well. When the presenters are really good actors as well. Sarah Greenley, when Craig Charles scares her with the mask, it's genuine fear. It looks so good. And Michael Parkinson as well. He pulls it off like really well. And I can totally understand why it would have fooled the general public like 28 years ago. I mean, me being 8 years old, I just believed it because I was so young. But a lot of people were genuinely terrified, and there was thousands and thousands of complaints. There was a lot of controversy about what happened in the paper. I mean, there's other videos about that. I don't really want to get into it. I just want to mention about the show itself. But yeah, I mean, it was all done so well, and it just fooled so many people. It was, I mean, I personally loved it. It was, the ghosts are genuinely scary. There's no like jump scares, there's no need for it. They are genuinely, the ghosts are unpredictable like when you see them, and there's no need for like a jump scare like they have in films these days. And I would definitely recommend watching it again if you're thinking about it. But I would say watch it in its original form. Watch it without stopping it and rewinding it. Watch it all the way through just to see if you would have noticed the ghosts, and if you'd have picked that up, and then maybe watch it again next time, like rewind it and pause it. It's just good to see like if you would have noticed it. But I would definitely recommend watching as well, with the lights off as well, just to get that effect, definitely. But yeah, I mean, it still scares me watching it now. I'm not as terrified as I was when I was a kid, but it's still really good to watch, and I wouldn't watch it on my own, and I definitely wouldn't watch it on a night with no lights on. So yeah, I'd still give this film 10 out of 10, 28 years later. Okay, so that's it from me. I hope you enjoyed this video and got something out of it. If you liked it, leave me a like, leave me a comment. If you want to see more, please subscribe. I've got some other ideas of videos that I want to do, and some other things that I'm working on. But yeah, I'm just really happy that you decided to watch the video, and yeah, hope you're all doing well, and hope to see you soon after lockdown and so on. Okay, that's it from me for now. Until then, see you later. Bye.